Hello everyone. In this session we will see how to form the bus admittance matrix. So this is the network which we have formed in the last session by using a single line diagram of the 4-bus system. If you see here, we have 4 actual buses and 1 reference node. Always the reference node potential will be 0 volts. And the voltages at the remaining buses, we have considered it as a V1, V2, V3 and V4 with respect to the bus 1 to 4 respectively. I am trying to form the bus admittance matrix. We know the relation between the admittance matrix and the current and the voltage. Current I is equal to Y into V. So here we have represented the same current by the current density, that is a J. J is equal to Y into V. By using the nodal analysis, you can represent the current equations with respect to each bus. Let us start by applying KCL at node 1. KCL tells that the sum of the currents entering into a particular node will be equal to the sum of the currents leaving from the node. We know the solution will become very simple if you assume all the currents are leaving from the node other than the default current. So if you look at the first node, the J1 current is entering into the node. I am assuming all the currents with respect to the first node are leaving currents. So this is one of the simplification technique whenever you are applying the KCL, thereby you can reduce one step. So whatever is given current direction, we are not allowed to change the given current direction, but whichever is not mentioned, that we can consider according to our convenience. So I am considering here except the J1 current, remaining all currents are leaving from the node. So let me take, this is the current I12 and this is the current I13 and this is the current I10. So which is connected between the first node to the reference. So I can say here the current J1 is equal to I12 plus I13 plus I10, right? Now how can we get this current I means? So as I told you, the current I equation is Y into V. So the Y value is the admittance Y12 into the V value is the potential difference between the two nodes. That is I12 is equal to V1 minus V2 into Y12 and I13 current is V1 minus V3 plus V1 minus V3 into the admittance connected between the two lines, that is equal to Y13 plus coming to the I10, the voltage of the first bus is V1 and the voltage of the reference node will be at 0 volts. So that will be equal to V1 minus 0. So V1 minus 0 will be V1 into the admittance connected between these two, that is Y10. So this is the first equation that we are going to get. Similarly, we have to write the equation at the second node, third node as well as fourth node. Let us see all those equations. At the first node, we have J1 is equal to V1 minus V2 into Y12. That is the first term. Then the next term is V1 minus V3 into Y13. Then the next one is, that is I10, which is V1 into Y10. So coming to the second node, current J2 is equal to, now again here there is no current direction, so I can assume all my currents are leaving current with respect to the second node now freshly. Okay, I can assume for my simplicity's sake. This will become, now the current direction is like this. This will become I21. Okay, this will become I23 and this will become I24. And here one more line is there, which is a I20. Totally we will have 4 terms in the second equation. That is J2 is equal to V2 minus V1 into Y21 is the first term. The second term is, so V2 minus V3 into Y23 is the second term. V2 minus V4 into Y24 is the third term. The last term is V2 minus V0 into Y20 is the fourth term. So let us see that. So at node 2, second node, J2 is equal to V2 minus V1 into Y21, V2 minus V3 into Y23, V2 minus V4 into Y24 and V2 into Y20. Now let us see at the third node. Third node we have how many lines are connected means this is one line which is equal to I31 and this is the current flowing from I32 and this is the current flowing from I34. I am assuming all currents are the leaving currents. This is current I30. Here also we will have a 4 terms. Let us see all those 4 terms. First term is V3 minus V1 into Y31. The second one if you say V3 minus V2. Okay, so here we have a V2 voltage into Y32. That is the second term. V3 minus V4 into Y34. That is the third term. The fourth term is V3 minus 0. So that 0 volts you don't need to represent. That will become V3 into Y30 is the fourth term. Now if you see at the fourth node, here also we are assuming with respect to the fourth node, again all the currents are leaving. This I am assuming it as a I43 current and this is I42 current and here it is I40. So totally we have only 3 terms with respect to the fourth node. First term is V3 minus V2 into Y42, V4 minus V3 into Y43 and V4 into Y40. So totally we have 3 terms. Okay. By applying KCL at each node, by using the nodal analysis technique, we can get the equation. Next, we have to arrange these equations in terms of the voltages V1, V2, V3 and V4. Now, let us rearrange the equations. So, if you take the first equation, so let us multiply with this V1 into Y12 minus V2 into Y12 plus V1 into Y13 minus V3 into Y13 plus V1 into Y10. Okay, so that is the next step we got. Now we have to bring all the V1 terms together and V2 terms together. Similarly V3 and the V4 terms. Now if you see, here we have one V1 term, here we have one V1 term, here we have one V1 term. So that is Y12 plus Y13 plus Y10 into V1. Next, minus V2 into Y12 minus V3 into Y13. So the next simplification I have represented like this. So this is one of the equations that we need. Similarly, let us take the equation number 2. Let us separate the V1, V2, V3 values. Now we got minus Y21 into V1 plus Y21, Y23 plus Y24 and Y20 into V2 plus minus Y24 into V4 plus minus Y23 into V3. Let us highlight these 2 equations. Now similarly we have to simplify the equations for J3 and J4 also. So the J3 equation, now again we just multiply all these values and add the V1, V2, V3 and the V4 terms together. So this is the final equation that we are getting for the J3, and let us take the J4 equation also, split and simplify and arrange according to the V1, V2, V3, V4 voltages. If V1 is not present means the value corresponding to the V1 will be 0. Okay? If any term is missing in the equation means the coefficient of the term will be considered as 0. So here if you see the V1 term is missing, actually the equation will be like 0 into V1 plus minus Y42 into V2. Okay, like that whatever value is missing, that value will be considered as 0. So in the same way we need the equations J3 as well as J4 also. Let us highlight. Now let us represent all these 4 equations together. Now the next step is we need to represent these network equations in terms of the matrix form. The left hand side will be the current values, that is J1 to J4, the bus currents. In general, current I, Y matrix into the V matrix. So here we have a I1, I2, I3, I4. Here you will have a V1, V2, V3, V4. In between these admittance values we need to form. First value will be the value which is multiplied with the V1, that is Y12 plus Y13 plus Y10. Next the V2 value, that is minus Y12. Next V3 value minus Y13. So we don't have a V4 value here. Actually this value will be plus 0 into V4. So that is why the fourth term will be a 0. Similarly, let us represent the corresponding. Okay, this value will be the V1, V2, V3 and V4 value. So with respect to the J2, the V1 value is minus Y21 and V2 value is this complete one, Y21 plus. Next one is minus Y23. Next one is minus Y24. Now coming to the, with respect to the third current, so V1 is equal to minus Y31, V2 minus Y32, V33 is this term and V4 is minus Y34. And if you look at here, V1 term is missing, so V1 will be 0 and rest of the values you can fill as it is into V1, V2, V3 and V4. So if you multiply this row with this column, then you will get the first equation. Like that, the second row and the first column you will get the second equation. So you can get back all these network equations if you do the matrix multiplication of these two matrices. This is the matrix representation that we have given for the network equations. This matrix will be called as bus admittance matrix. In this bus admittance matrix, the diagonal values represents the self-admittance values and the off-diagonal values represents the mutual admittance values. In general, the bus admittance values will be represented by capital Y. If it is a self-admittance values, you will represent with respect to the corresponding buses. Actually, the bus admittance value refers to the number of buses to the number of buses. That means we have 4 buses, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Here also you will have 1, 2, 3 and the 4 buses. This element is corresponding to the first bus to the first bus. So you will give it as a Y11 and this value is the Y22 and this value is Y33 and this value is Y44. Always capital Y represents the bus admittance, small y represents the line admittance. So that is why in the load flow studies it is very important to show the difference between capital Y and the small y. Whenever you say the bus admittance, always it should be represented with the capital Y. So now I can say this value will be represented by Y11. Let us mark Y11 and all the off diagonal quantities will be represented by capital Y12. So Y12, Y13, Y14, 21, 22, 23 and 24, Y31, 32, 33, 34 and 412, 44. Now you can say what is the value of Y11 means Y11 is equal to Y12 plus Y13 plus Y10. And Y22 is equal to Y21 plus 23 plus 24 plus 20 and Y33, Y44 values of the corresponding values represented here. What are the values of the off-diagonal elements means? Always the off-diagonal element value will be the negative value of the admittance connected between the respective nodes. Okay, if I am saying what is the value of the bus admittance connected between the first node and the second node means Y12 value will be equal to minus of the admittance value which is connected here. Okay, if it is having J0.2, then Y12 value will become minus J0.2. If he has given the value as a minus J0.2, this will become plus whatever it is, the negative value of this will become the bus admittance value. And the self-admittance value will be equal to the sum of the admittances connected to the particular bus. You have to look at the first bus and you have to see how many number of transmission lines are connected to the particular bus. Okay. This will be Y13 and if you have any the line charging admittances added all together and connected between the first bus and the ground node. So by adding all these admittances, how many number of admittances directly connected to my first bus, the summation of all the admittances will give us the self component. In the next class, we will see how to form the Y bus matrix by using inspection method. So here this matrix will be called as bus admittance matrix, which is represented by Y bus. So to do the load flow studies, first you should learn how to form the Y bus matrix without any mistake. So only one thing you should remember, the self admittance values will be equal to sum of the admittances connected to a particular node. The off diagonal component of the Y bus matrix is equal to negative value of the admittance connected between the particular nodes. Okay, if you are telling Y12 means you should check is there any admittance connected between the first bus and second bus. If it is there means take the negative value of that. If there is no transmission line connected between two lines means the Y12 value will become 0. Like in this case, here Y14 is becoming 0. Why? Because we don't have any transmission line in the network which is connected between the first node and the fourth node. So I hope this is clear. Thank you.